The alarm blares. It has a different sound to it now. Dull ache of a season settling in your joints. The body remembers. No time for that coffee to kick in. The trucks need gas, trailers loaded with decoys, shells grabbed. The dog, a shadow of anticipation, bounds aboard. A quick weather check. Then it's off to the X. Unload everything. Set the spread. Brush the blind. Hide the trucks. Then, the dance. Working the birds. Working the blind. Through it all, you ensure the pure joy of the hunt radiates from our guests. The reversal. Every decoy picked, every piece packed, a quick check with the cook. That's a cardinal rule of camp life. Birds cleaned. Evening plans laid. Another task crossed off the endless list. Guests entertained. Stories shared. Then, the cycle begins anew for the afternoon. From the outside, this looks like a dream. The ultimate aspiration to hunt every single day. It must be the best job. It must be a dream. But as they say, if you want to live like few do, you must grind like few will.
Give me a black motorcycle, give me playback on a vinyl and some cheap aviators from 65. Give me snakeskin boots, skulls, feeling like a noose clinging to the back of this Indian bag.
For the guides of GooseHaven, the calendar marks a constant tension. They exist in the space between the elation of a perfect hunt and the unforgiving treadmill of demands that follow. Each shot fired, each bird retrieved, only adds to the unseen ledger of duties that must be tackled between outings. We're GooseHaven, a sanctuary for waterfowl hunters, but also a rugged outpost for big game pursuits. And as nature orchestrates the grand migrations, seasons blur and shrink, leaving us with an ever-present gnawing sense of dwindling time.
He is my nicotine, I'm his desert queen, worn out bandana tied around my neck. Call it Bonnie and Clyde, a modern day ride or die. And I'm convicted, 25 to life. Give me a black motorcycle, give me playback on vinyl and some cheap aviators from 65.
We have a blind that we love. It's an awesome historical bait, and we just, with the warm weather that seems to keep happening the 1st of November, we're gonna put some better footing on the blind. So we're gonna lift it up all four corners, make it level, and then rebait this stand. It's already got some good deer on it, and we're just gonna get it ready for the season.
At GooseHaven, the rhythm of the seasons is a constant hum, a call to perpetual readiness. Even as one hunt unfolds, the next is already on our minds. While guests unwind at camp between their morning and afternoon pursuits, our team finds no true downtime. Every precious moment is meticulously carved out, not just for the evening's hunt, but for the extensive preparations demanded by the seasons yet to come. It's a continuous cycle of dedication, ensuring we're always one step ahead in the dynamic world of a multi-species outfitter.
Give me a black motorcycle.
Each element of the Bearing series is designed to complement waterfowl hunting in cold conditions. 8 purposely built jacket pockets keep your items secure. The bibs also feature strategic placed pockets and hip-length zippers for easy on and off over boots. Top it off with a stretch of Dermazax EV, and this system will flex and respond to your movements with no restrictions. so you'll never feel the bulk and bind through the knees, elbows, and shoulders like other cold weather clothing. AVES Bearing Series.
That's the grind of it all, right? And that's the reality is we're on day probably 40, 40-ish of hunting, and these guys are here for 3 days, right? So for us, it's that finding that balance, right? Of biting your tongue, of you're tired, it's long hours. Ryan's done 2-a-days, I've done 2-a-days. It's the grind, and that's what sets this game apart from a lot of other ones, is that it's not a one-on-one. You got 7 guys that want to be happy, right? And they don't come here to sit on the couch. They come here to hunt, right? And this is world class, but you have to take it serious, right? And I think this game would be way easier if you didn't care and if you were just kind of lackadaisical about it, but we do, right? And this team here cares. So it is, you have to bite your tongue, you have to suck it up. And the reality is that maybe it's frustrating for us, but that they might not get this good a shoot at home either, right? They might be happier than hell, and we might be frustrated, but at the end of the day, they come up here, we try to make everyone happy and have it a good experience so that they can come back and they want to rebook, right? They want to have that long-term relationship with us, not an in and out, right? And that's the goal of a business, is to have that long-term partnership of having guys come back, and it's keeping guys happy. And when you're tired, suck it up, right? This is your job, you get paid to do it, and they got a pro team here, and you have to treat it like a pro sport, right?
How to stay warm. Even the dog's joining them. And this is what happens when southern folk come up to Canada and it gets a little chilly out. Yeah, can't handle it. Didn't bring your long johns?
The different layers. When you don't bring the 4.0. Hey, Goose.
Even the dog's joining you guys. He's all happy. I kind of really never start getting tired. Pretty much the hardest thing for me on this whole trip, I think, is missing my family. I miss my wife, miss my daughter. I wish they could come up, at least come visit for a little bit and everything. But the grind of it all, I'm still waking up in the morning. I'm before my alarm clock. I love the scouting. I love the hunting of it. I love even when we go out and it's a slow morning. My expectations are always high. I'm always 100%. And I've always told Lance that when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I ain't feeling it, well, then I'm done, because I ain't like the young guys like Kale. I'm at the point where if I'm done, I'm done. This is not an old man's game, and they call me an old man, but I don't think I'm old. I don't feel old. I may look a little old, but for the most part, I do feel pretty good. And attribute that to not for being in great shape, I'll tell you that, but just I think the motivation and the love of the waterfowl, I think that's what keeps me going, and I just love the chase. Everything about the chase is awesome.
So I primarily do ducks over geese. I started actually as a goose guide here, and I typically do a lot more around camp with maintenance stuff and making sure vehicles are on the road and stuff like that. So the duck allows me a little bit more time to get away with that stuff, because out of a 3-day rotation, there's only 2 duck hunts. So I typically have a full day to kind of catch up on stuff around here, and I just like chasing ducks more than geese, to be flat out honest about it. All right, so today we got a great wind, and we got lots of guys out today. We're trying to do a little bit of a combo. We had a little bit rougher hunts this morning on the goose hunts. So we're gonna try to clean up those limits as well with our duck limits tonight. If you look over, you can kind of see there's a drainage here, and we're gonna take advantage of it and make these blinds blend right in. The birds have been sitting really tight to it, so it would be crazy not to take that hide. The birds are starting to move already a little bit, so we're trying to hustle as much as we can to beat them to it. But looks like we're gonna have a great hunt. The wind's right at our back. It's working perfect. We're not having to side shoot them or anything to use the hide, so we're excited. It should be a good one. What do you got here, 12 o'clock? Tuck in, boys. Two out front, guys. Two out front. Ready?
Boys, right down the pipe really fast.
They're gonna kind of hook from our. No, they're centered up.
Right down the pipe fast. Get ready.
Got him!
Bingo.
What's his name? Oh?
Yeah, baby. That was fucking wild.
Cool. Got a plan. Alright. Yeah, so I got her. So when we go across these windrows here, like I say, try to keep it like very minimal on any destruction. And then we're gonna set up the blinds right up back here. Put your 6-footers before you put, don't put the feet in yet.
No, we got it figured out. We just don't know where they go.
Yep.
Where you want it.
Right here. Yep.
All right. Okay.
So grab 2 long ones. It's always nice to start these off with just the basic bottom part of the frame.
Get the rocks out of it. We want.
Took the rock out.
There you go, dude. Okay. We'll attack it.
There you go.
You go ahead and tell them up.
All right. So the decoy spread today, we're going to try to do more of a left to right. The wind's coming at a, well, no, it's just changed, but it's supposed to be a southwest, and it will stay a southwest. It's just swirling right now. But like I say, the birds will come off the lake. We're going to almost do just kind of a L-shaped pattern. Run along the line here, kind of go out, maybe even a little J shape on it. And get them nicely spaced out, even though they were pretty tight in here last night. But we're just gonna run it that way. Should get our best shooting that way. And I just freaking lost it on that. Fucking brain fart. Okay, and there's my dog, huh? Yeah, my social support, or what is that, emotional support. You my emotional support? Yeah? Uh-huh. Yeah, you are. So yesterday we tried, we had the wind straight to our backs, and they still wanted to float over to the left side of the blinds, but on the decoy setup. But like I say, today is should be pretty good. I'm gonna space it out enough to where we got a big, huge landing area in the middle, and then that way, hopefully, and I'm gonna shorten up this line on this side of the blind, just so they don't overshoot us. Decoy's more down this way farther, and you guys with the guns are down here, so hopefully your shots will be out in front of you. I know you can't do difficult shots. You guys proved that yesterday.
We can shoot them on the ground.
I don't care. Just don't hit the decoys.
40 days. Every morning, every night. It doesn't matter how much you love it. The grind doesn't care. There will be days you wake up empty, frustrated, burned out. And you'll ask yourself, why am I doing this? But then, there are those other days. The days when it clicks. When you feel unstoppable. When all the sweat, the pain, the sacrifice starts to make sense. Those are the days that light the fire. And that fire, it's what keeps you going. Because passion alone won't carry you. But purpose? Purpose will. 40 days, every morning, every night. Not for the easy days, but for the hard ones. Because that's where the breakthrough lives.
biggest thing on these birds right here mid-season is they're migrators, and they're coming in big groups. They leave the roost, and they're not just leaving in family groups. Early in the season, they'll leave 2, 3, 5, 10s. They come in every 5, 10, 15 minutes where you get a nice separation, whereas now they're kind of all bundled up for the migration. So then once one comes off the roost to go eat, the rest kind of follow. So it's really, you get a couple good volleys, you see a lot of birds, but you know, you got to take your birds that you get, the ones that come in and work. If you get 5 or 10 pack that come in right in front of you, you got to shoot at them, and the rest of them, they go around somewhere else, and hopefully they'll come back a little later. But these birds here have found the other roost or the other feed that's about a mile south of us, so they just kind of went in with those birds there. But we'll probably go after those birds in like 2 days. We'll give them a day's rest. But that's kind of the biggest difference with these mid-season birds, these migrators, and the early season family groups. Yeah, and that's, you about done with that one? Because that's it.
You run out of wind?
Yeah, I ran out of wind. I ran out of thoughts. Because I think I run out of good thoughts and then bad thoughts come in my head.
The AVES Drifter Jacket will be a crucial component of your waterfowl clothing system. Constructed with Toray's elite 4-way stretch fabric, double-stitched Kevlar fabric over the high wear areas, zippered armpit vents, Kudo's durable water-repellent finish. Equipped with 7 purposely built pockets. Experience the difference of AVES Drifter Series waterfowl gear.
At GooseHaven, guests come as strangers and leave as family. Each week brings new faces, and each farewell leaves behind lasting memories. Long mornings in the blind, shared meals, and heartfelt laughs create bonds that go beyond the hunt. Lance and Emily have built more than a lodge. They've built a home. And every guest becomes part of their ever-growing family. Goodbyes are never easy, but the joy of welcoming a new family keeps the spirit of GooseHaven alive.
So first of all, welcome guys. So many familiar faces. This is awesome. You know, at least half of you guys almost, it seems. Anyone new? Appreciate you guys being here. It's always so fun. We've had a lot of history. We were actually talking about it. Is it 12 years? 13 maybe?
Your cabins are yours for the next 3 days. We don't really go in and make your bed every day or do a fresh cleaning every day. But if you do need something, just let us know. Fresh towels or something spilled on the bed, or you came in with muddy boots, just let us know. We can come in. If you are unpacking and you find you forgot a toothbrush, toothpaste, razor, we have all that stuff too.
Next thing before we eat, and then we'll talk about the hunts and like kind of the overall what your hunt day looks like.
A little bit of a pack, a little bit of a trench, down to the gravy. Gravy down to the turkey. Right in there. That's your ticket. Now we're getting Craigie's fresh buns.
New guests, new birds, new plans, but the goal remains the same. For a waterfowl guide, the grind never stops. It just shifts, evolves, and circles back with every passing group. Each week brings fresh faces and fresh stories, but the passion stays constant. The end of the season may be in sight, but the fire still burns. Because here at GooseHaven, it's not about the hunt. It's about the family we build along the way.
Good scout tonight, guys. Rye, how'd you end up making out?
I'm going to stick with my primary field, 350 to 450 bigs, some ducks in it. It's just going to be tough with the southeast wind, sun coming up from the east, but we'll get her done.
Perfect. How about you, bud?
Yeah, same thing. It's the wind's gonna throw a little bit of a curveball at me with my primary, so I'm actually gonna flip-flop my primary and secondary back around. There's about 500-600 bigs and littles in my secondary, so I'm gonna go there. I'll just kind of bag the northwest corner of that field and hopefully draw them back to the middle, and I'll center punch it and hopefully have a banger.
Sweet. Yeah, it's been looking good. So I think anywhere you set up over there, especially for the bigs, is going to be pretty solid. Hen, obviously, depends what these boys do in the morning, but sounded like your primary was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's dirty with geese, so we'll have to double check it tomorrow and maybe hit a secondary just in case we want to save it for a morning hunt. But I think for ducks, it's looking great. Awesome.
Yeah, we'll just see what we do in the morning, and then if we have to make a plan B, we will, and go from there.
It's a very team player of you, Henry.
Just trying to look
think
out for you
about the
guys.
geese. Think about the geese. It's a very team player mindset. I love it.
Not
Perfect.
about yourself anymore.
Yeah, I like it.
Geese.
Well, great. We got a good plan, and great way to start off the week.
Yeah, hopefully. I think it was a good start to the morning. Move anywhere so you're happy?
I tell you how to do your job, Randy.
Yeah, I'm not telling you to do your job at all. I mean,
Can you get lower?
It's not my angle. I
mean,
need to stand over there.
I mean, if you turn your mic on, it would help, but what do I know? That's the way I said that
Let me
too.
make sure I look here. All right, I'm rolling.
Sweet.